No Break. He was really good.
Nobody played that on the radio.
Oh, you don't think so?
I don't remember it.
Well, maybe at night because, like midnight.
Oh, I mean, as far as a bathroom break song?
Oh, yeah. No, not as a bathroom break song.
Galen Unold would know. He was in radio back in the day. Still in radio every morning right here on WOCA.
Yes.
Galen, of course, the more important job he does is LifeSouth Blood Center. Am I saying it right? And he'll encourage us to donate blood right now. Good morning, Galen. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are y'all?
Pretty good. Where are you right now?
Just on my way to Jacksonville today.
Today the topic is bullying.
I don't want to talk about bullying, Larry.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
I know.
I'm going to bully you.
I saw what you were doing.
I
saw what you were doing. What I wondered was, did you do it like a chess move? Did you anticipate what my reaction would be so you could have a secondary reaction?
Yeah, I kind of went nowhere with it. I didn't follow through. So.
It's kind of funny. Yeah, I had a choice. I mean, when you said it, in my mind, I thought, well, I could either pretend to be bullying you to do it anyway, or either way. So, it's in the news. I mean, it's more than bullying. Did you hear the thing we played from Ashton Kutcher, by the way?
I got on the tail end of it. I missed the first half of it.
Well, basically, I
heard part of the press conference, but not the whole thing.
Okay. Well, it wasn't a press conference. It was a testimony to the Senate. And basically, he was talking about this software, and I think he might have been there so that he could get money from the government to promote what he's doing. But so far, apparently, it's very successful, and they've been able to track down child sex slave victims, the children who are, and not just children, but adults as well, who are sex slave. Anyway, there's a program called Spotlight he created. But in his testimony, he says that the internet will, at this point, the internet will start to post things that say, get back to your day job. In other words, they don't want him to be involved in politics. Mm-hmm. And then he goes on to say, my day job is creating software. A lot of people don't realize that that's his main thing. He does. Mm-hmm. I guess acting is a sideline for him at this point. But anyway, so I thought, isn't it weird how we bully each other on the internet so much? I mean, it's all over the place. It's just crazy. So I found something. It says the 7 time-tested ways to deal with bullies, and I was going to ask you about your own experience. Were you bullied?
Yeah, I was.
As a kid or as an adult or both?
As a kid, as an adult, you learn to you realize that when you're an adult, if you react to it, all you're doing is giving all your power to the bully. But as a kid, I mean, I was brown. My name was Galen. Yeah, I got bullied.
Yeah, right. Sure. Yeah, right. Yeah. So how did you deal with it? And did you deal with it based on your own experience or something your father taught you or your mother taught you?
I just dealt with it myself. It was pretty rare for me to escalate it up to my parents because, it was a different time and you just took care of it yourself. So a lot of fighting. I mean, I would fight like in elementary school. Once a week, I was in a fight.
Really?
And that's how I dealt with it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
I didn't,
How did you enjoy going to school if every week you were in a fight?
I don't. You just do it. I don't know if I enjoyed it. You just put one foot in front of the other and you do it. And I walked to school and I walked home. So it was all right. What did you say? And then I would just fight.
Oh my God!
And it wasn't always. It wasn't. There were many times where it was really like 3rd, 4th, and then 5th grade and a little bit into 6th. But then I started to figure out. But I had a big chip on my shoulder too. So just because I was just like, no, let's go.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Did you?
I didn't win very much.
All right, let me ask you this. We didn't call it bullying, but when a girl tried to persuade you to do something using her, what do you call it, Robin?
Feminine wiles.
Her feminine wiles. That's
right.
In a way, that's bullying. How did you handle that?
Honey potted. I don't know. It's never happened to me.
Yes, it has.
No, it hasn't.
Really?
No. No,
Girls,
All right, I have one. I have
I
one.
mean, my wife just tells me stuff, but that's part of.
I have one. The teacher put me in charge to write down anybody's name who's talking while she leaves the room. And I said, okay, I got it. And then one of the girls says to me, Larry, you won't write down our name, right? I want to talk to Donna. Oh, go ahead.
I was never.
Yeah.
I was never put in that position. I was not that kid in school.
I was a pushover with the girls.
I was the one who made the list. I wasn't the one who got to create it. I was the one who just ended up being on it.
Galen, I would have written you down in a minute, too, because you would have been a boy. Galen, Unold was talking. Ellen and Donna, they didn't say a word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Substitute teacher would come in, and, the teacher would write notes. I would be on the note. Watch out for this. So,
Oh,
yeah.
What?
gosh. You were tough.
Were you bullied by the teachers, too?
No. I would just get up and leave sometimes. I had a serious temper. I mean, I would just absolutely go crazy.
You still have it?
I had no, not like I did. I mean, I would really, today I would be on medication. There's no doubt about it.
All right, let me.
I was a high energy, rambunctious kid that needed constant supervision, and it took a sixth grade teacher, Mr. Schottner, to figure me out. And then life started to make a little more sense.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
We used
good.
to have long talks about, what are you doing? That kind of thing.
Oh, well, that's good. That was good. So they could see something in school. Maybe you didn't exhibit that kind of behavior at home, so your parents couldn't address it because you weren't exhibiting it. Am I
No,
on the right track?
No, I did.
Oh, you did?
No. You can ask my parents. I had a serious temper. I would just break stuff. I don't know. I just had a lot of energy. Yeah.
One of the things that I remember witnessing when I was in school was the following. And this would have been the upper grades, like middle school or high school, junior high school, whatever we called it all. This is one of the things. If a kid was being bullied, and let's say he was in the acting club, or he played the sousaphone, or, those kids were always getting bullied a lot, right? And all of a sudden, all the bullies saw, like, the jock of the school having lunch with him, and like, oh my gosh, they're friends. Mm-hmm. It would put the sousaphone player in a different category. It's like, oh, leave him alone. He's friends with whoever.
Yeah.
Right? Did you ever notice that the sports guys had
There was a movie. What was the movie? There was a movie about that.
Oh, was there?
Oh, what was the heck was it? It was from the 70s. Oh, I can't remember, but it was the exact same picture you're painting.
Okay. The sports guys had the power to take the curse off of the bullied kids just by befriending them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, not in elementary school.
No, not elementary. I'm talking about the higher grades.
High school.
What about?
That really happens in high school. That's when that level happens.
Yes.
Because in middle school, you're all pretty much, pretty close in size. And,
Yeah, maybe.
there's no great athletes, but and there are no real band geeks or, you haven't been put into your silo and your clique. But yeah, it really hits in high school. So.
Now the question for Robin: was it the same way with girls? The girls bully each other differently. Did the victim of the bullies in the girls' world have an antidote? Like the boys had an antidote. Become friends with Johnny Jockstrap.
Yeah, no. No, because the cheerleaders and all the popular girls were on a different level than everybody else. So when the other girls got bullied, they usually got beat up in the girls' room. Wasn't pretty.
Gosh,
No, the girls are awful. They were just really, really nasty. They'd kick and they'd, go out of their way to make your life miserable.
They're going on strike March 8th, Galen. The women are going on strike.
Yeah, not me.
What? Are they striking?
Oh gosh, what was that thing I had? They're just.
Oh, is this the? Yeah, I did read about that. And I said that to my wife. I said, "Are you going to go strike?" She goes, it's what can it's one of those things that you what do you want? What are you fighting for? Just tell me what you're fighting for. I'm pretty sure if you did it the right way, you would get whatever you want. My wife will get whatever she wants. So.
Right. No, they're not making any sense. These women. They got too much money and too much time on their hands.
So you want your choice. You want to be able to make that choice. You can. There's no lawsuit against it right now. It's not even close to being overturned. I mean, what do you want? You get more medical coverage than men. So they do. They get.
I'm not arguing.
What do you want? You get FMLA a heck of a lot easier than a man gets FMLA. You get ADA. You get the disability so much easier than a man does. What do you want? What do you mean?
Exactly.
And the whole thing,
wait a minute. I thought you said this part of you is gone.
Crazy.
I
This is controlled passion.
This is controlled passion. Oh, I got it. All
right. So they say women make less. Give me one example where the man and a woman are doing the exact same job with the exact same experience, and the man makes more. Just show me that example, because it's illegal and it's against the law. So
I agree with you.
Another law?
There you go.
Is it more illegal?
Well, yeah, here's the thing, too, that it does extend to other countries. And it's the thing that always drives me nuts is that don't compare America to the rest of the world.
No.
The rest of the world, yes, you have some real issues. In some countries, not every country, but many of them. So.
But don't lump everybody in with
And
us.
by the way, speaking of striking, today is a day without immigrants. So immigrants are being urged to boycott work today to strike.
Fine.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Then we'll know who's illegal.
Exactly.
If you have a green card,
Exactly. Then
don't worry
out they
about
go.
it. But you didn't show up, so I called ICE. ICE is on their way. I don't know.
There you go. I'm with you, Galen. I'm with
All
you,
right.
Galen.
How's the blood supply, Galen?
Again, yeah, it's fine. It's a big transition. We're an emergency need of type O. So we just need people to come
We
out
saw
there and get
we saw the
we don't
LifeSouth.
discriminate against men and women.
Say it again.
But men and women get the exact same T-shirt as men.
Yes, you do.
That's right.
That's right. The same T-shirt.
And movie ticket and all that good stuff.
They don't do movie tickets.
Exact same thing.
No, you guys don't do movie tickets. Oh, yes, you do. Sometimes, right?
Rarely. Yeah, rarely. They're just expensive. $8.
Palm Garden of Ocala, thank you for enabling Galen to give us that important nudge every morning to go and donate blood. Yesterday, we saw the blood mobile, by the way, by Hobby Lobby.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitative Center, make sure you go there for your health care needs, whether it's long-term, end-of-life, skilled nursing, rehabilitative. By the way, my son had to get some stitches in his knee. He said he heard it on an
exercise
machine. I don't know the details, but he put his picture on Facebook.
It was bloody.
So, yeah, hopefully he's okay. But anyway, go to Palm Garden of Ocala and take a tour. That's my advice. Their phone number is 854-6262. Thank you, Jan and Jennifer and everybody over there.
Oh, yeah, they're so wonderful.
Penn Flooring, they also sponsored this segment, and we thank them as well. Go there and see why we chose Penn Flooring for our floor. They've got beautiful samples to see at their showroom at 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the McKay-Williams Bridge. Their phone number is 351-3420. All right, let's take a little break. I want to talk to Galen about the ways of dealing with a bully, how he did it, how he would advise his children to do it, and we'll be right back with that and more on the other side. Palm Garden wants to get to the heart of the matter. If you've been in the hospital as a cardiac patient, maybe you have a pacemaker or congestive heart failure or an arrhythmia, or perhaps you're a heart bypass patient, then consider Palm Garden as your rehab choice. With proven outcomes second to none, Palm Garden fixes broken hearts. Call today at 854-6262. That's 854-6262.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 572-2510. That's 572-2510.
Mr. Webster defines a caterer as someone who provides food and refreshment. Whether you are looking to provide an excellent meal and a refreshment for a small group, party, business meeting, or a large get-together, Honey Baked Ham, 2709 Southwest 27th Avenue in Ocala, will provide the delicious breakfast, lunch, or dinner items of your choice. No need for you to fret over the details. Let Honey Baked Ham handle it all. Call Honey Baked Ham today at 352-861-0011. That's 861-0011.
Tick-tock. The days fly by, and we find tax season is upon us once again. Not to worry, though. With a reputable CPA firm on your side, you can rest assured that all of your needs will be handled in a professional and thorough manner. Robson, Scribner, and Stewart is just that firm. They're there for their clients year-round, not just during tax season, to handle your needs and answer any questions you may encounter. At Robson, Scribner, and Stewart, there is no client too small or too large. Their expertise ranges from the single individual to the largest of corporations. Get your return prepared by a professional who will use their years of experience to ensure that your tax return's outcome will leave you in the best possible position. Call them today at 694-4184. Robson, Scribner, and Stewart. They're there for you today. Again, that number is 694-4184. Time is of the essence, so don't delay. 694-4184.
All right, 22 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center, and he manages to ask and successfully persuades us to donate blood on a regular basis. And when I say us, I mean everybody in the community. And he does it without bullying. So you see, he's an example of how bullying is not necessary. What do you think is the motive of the bully? What is the bully trying to accomplish? What do you think is the motive behind that?
It's all about power, right? It's all about having dominion over the other person. It's just a power thing.
How many bullies do you think end up working for the bullied? Do you think that happens? I bet it happens.
I mean, it happens in movies. I don't know of any person who was bullied by an individual and then they ended up working. I mean, if somebody who bullied me in high school came to me for a job, I don't think I'd give them a job.
No, I don't think you would either. And that's an important thing you just said, because bullying sticks with you. We're taught by our Sunday school teachers to forgive, but we really don't. I don't.
Yeah.
It's hard. I mean, forgiving and forgetting is different, because there's somebody, and we talked about it about 5 years ago. I ran into somebody that I had a real problem with. And we talked about it for a while, and he goes, "Yeah, I didn't know that." I'm like, "Yeah," but he didn't understand the impact it had on me. I mean, I've forgotten about it. It's not like I would ever be friends with the guy because of that past. But he didn't consider it a very big deal at the time, but it was a big deal to me. So no, I don't really think about it very often.
Oh, really? He didn't think it was a big deal. I remember going back to so we had a guy in the studio, and he opened up a wing shop here in Ocala, and we were talking, and it turned out we had gone to school together, even though I didn't remember him. And so he said, "Oh yeah, there's an alumni page on the internet." So I went to that alumni page, and it listed the people who had died that were in our class, and I saw the name of one of the guys who had been a bully to me. And I was so happy. I was thinking, thank God, you're dead.
Yeah.
I realized I didn't get that I didn't pass the test on forgiveness. I'm hard with that. I just don't forgive.
Well, I understand it, but you again, sixth grade teacher, you have to stop giving that person that power over you. And that's what it comes down to. So if you still have that, and you're holding that feelings, that means he still has that power over you. And you have to let that go so that you can control yourself and you control your own power.
He one time, I'm going to use the nicer phrase than the actual one he used, but one time in class, for no reason at all, he said to me, "Whitler, you're a butthole." And I said to him, it took me a while, "But you're the one who stinks." Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
And oh my gosh, he got so furious with that. And but what? Come on, he was bullying me all the time.
Yeah.
Wait. Who's got
Exactly.
the echo on there? You got to turn your radio down. I'll put you on. Can you turn your radio down?
Radio's still up.
Good morning, you're on the air. You got to turn the radio down. Good morning, you're on the Oh my God, never mind.
No, yeah.
I don't mean to be a bully, but you got to turn your radio down.
Exactly. That's just common courtesy.
Good morning.
You see?
Never mind. Robin is a bigger bully than me. Listen to her.
No, it's
common
protocol.
courtesy. All right.
It is.
So how do you deal? How do you
ask
teach your
them.
children? How do you deal with a bully? What do you tell them? Robin said she told her children to fight back. Mm-hmm. Did we lose Galen?
Fine line. No, I'm here. I mean, first of all, what I try to do is I just tried to build, and I still do this. I try to build my kids with confidence so that they can approach the world in a confident manner. And I think that is probably, they've never been bullied. They may have had like one or two issues, but they've never come to me and said, "Hey, we have an issue," because I've told them about my past and how I dealt with it and how that was the wrong way to deal with it. But they both have black belts in jiu-jitsu, and so they're very confident in being able to defend themselves. But it's a different era. Now you have to worry about the online aspect and how you can do something stupid that we would have done in middle school and high school, and it can be with you forever. And so you just, and I tell them, like, if you're being bullied online, just turn it off. Just do something else.
That's it.
And don't use, and we talk about this all the time, it's like when you're online, not only for bullying reasons, but for a lot of reasons, don't use any pictures of yourself. You don't want to put pictures of yourself on the internet. And they're like, "Well, you do it all the time." I'm like, "Yeah, but that's under me. Little different. That's not under your profile when you're playing a game online or interacting with the world online. That's a completely different fixture." So there you go. And they don't use a real name. They don't use a real name online.
Yeah.
So, and that's, I think, is very important.
All right. I think we have a phone call. Yeah. Good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, the band of my high school years were the Peterson brothers, and they spent most of their adult life in jail, going from one crime to another. They didn't learn.
They were the bullies. They were your bullies?
They were my bullies, yeah.
Oh,
gosh. Oh, wow.
That's awful.
Well, good. I'm glad you're in jail. See, I wouldn't be forgiving.
everything.
Thank you, Jim. See, I'd be the same way. I'd be happy. Good. You're in jail. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to have.
I wonder if they say, "Oh my gosh, he's like an executive at LifeSouth now." I wonder if they say that. I wonder if your bullies say, "Oh my gosh, Jim went on to become a successful post office official. Now he's retired."
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my gosh, Jim drives a beautiful car.
Yeah.
Right?
Of course.
I wonder if they even care. They don't care. See, that's what I mean.
No.
Bullies are bullies.
No, they don't care.
I think Madonna's a bully, by the way. I think Elton John is a bully. I think some of my favorite musicians turned out to be bullies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to not like some of these guys.
Yeah.
They're just in a position of power. I mean, people call Trump a bully.
He might be. I don't know. But
yeah, I mean, the way some of the things he says, does. It's a position of power. All
right, interesting.
And once you understand that, then it shouldn't bother you.
Interesting topic. Galen, we got 10 seconds. Where's the Bloodmobile today? I'm not trying to.
The Bloodmobile is at the Publix on East Silver Springs Boulevard, right there in the shopping center.
40 East.
Okay. All right. Have a great day, Galen. We'll see you tomorrow. Talk to you tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Bye, all.
All right, bye.
Roberts. Some Lawmakers calling for an independent investigation into communications between former NSA advisor Michael Flynn and Russians.
I believe that our committee ought to receive any communications Flynn had with the Russian ambassador in whatever platform was used, whether it was by voice or text or any other means.
Congressman Adam Schiff, ranking member of the House Intelligence Committee, Republicans warning against holding public hearings on confidential information. 3 people now in custody suspected of murdering the half-brother of North Korean President Kim Jong-un.
A Malaysian man arrested, as well as 2 females in their 20s, one from Indonesia, the other with a Vietnamese passport. Airport security video is said to show 2 women fleeing in a taxi after the victim was attacked with poison.
Fox's Alistair Wanglund, and Colorado may soon become the first state with licensed marijuana clubs. Fox News, we report, you decide.
On the next episode of Recipes for Disaster.
So we've got our neighbor Paul coming over tonight for a barbecue, which is why I prepared a delicious lemon rosemary steak marinade from my special collection of old family recipes. To make sure the steaks are extra tender, I left them marinating out on the counter overnight, just like Nana used to.
Maria may mean well, but without food safety, it never ends well. Always thaw or marinate foods in the refrigerator at 40 degrees Fahrenheit or below, or you could make your friends and family really sick. Maria's neighbor Paul didn't think twice about the steak he ate until he was presenting his company's financial forecast to the board. That's when a sudden bout of food poisoning made it explicitly clear that profits weren't the only thing on the rise. Watch Recipes for Disaster at foodsafety.gov. You'll learn the right steps as Maria does everything wrong. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
Howdy folks, RL here for Dairy Queen Silver Springs. It's a new year full of good stuff and good food, so come on down to DQ at Silver Springs and start it off right, because we've got things for your heart's delight. Chicken strips and pepper gravy and slaw or chili dogs, oh so savory. Codfish and grilled burgers too, made to order just for you. Creamy and frosty, blizzards and shakes, and all kinds of flavors for goodness sakes. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Wow, man, you have a computer?
Yes, and I'm looking at villages1.com. They have a ton of information for the Villages resident.
Wow, they have information by the ton? I only need a couple ounces.
Movies, schedule, doctors, local attractions, even a section called Who You Gonna Call for plumbers and painters and stuff like that. These guys own cyberspace.
Wow, man, they own it? What's cyberspace?
That's where they packaged 50,000 pages of information for the village residents.
Wow, they package it? Where?
Villages1.com.
Where, man?
Villages1.com.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Physical activity contributes to a child's happiness and does, in fact, promote learning. Every year, dentists save thousands of lives in North America by spotting growths and abnormalities in our mouth that end up being cancer many times. Also at the hotel, use the clips on the pants hangers in your closet to clip your curtains together so no light comes through.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Here is a 30-second news brief from the source WOCA. Forestry crews battled several brush fires yesterday, fueled by gusty winds throughout Central Florida. Lawmakers unveiled legislation yesterday aimed at overhauling Florida's problem-riddled school testing regime. Under the measure, the Florida Standards Assessment would be given later in the school year. And cop killer Markeith Lloyd got news that a grand jury in Central Florida has returned 11 indictments against him. And that is your 30-second news brief from the source WOCA.
This is Jan Marino from Palm Garden. So often when you advertise, it's hard to quantify whether your efforts are effective. But I have a success story. In my travels to medical offices, I ran across someone who recognized my voice from the radio and told me that they felt like they already knew me because of my association with WOCA. My message to you, they're out there, they're listening. Truly, radio gets results. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM.